coming to you live from the Blackfoot Heritage Center and Art Gallery in Browning, Montana. This is Dutch Moyer on day 21 of the bike race across America to support the Moyer Foundation and its campaign for kids. Today here in Browning, it is a Blackfoot Native American area, and I am very lucky to meet Zola, and she is the curator of the museum as well as the History Heritage Center. What would be some of the things that people would like to know about the Blackfeet? What was it like growing up on a reservation?
What was like growing up on a reservation? Well, it was. It's a small area, so it's real close knit. Like everybody's family here. You know, there's lots of aunts and uncles, so it's just like one big family. Actually, everybody knows everybody, just like any other small town. And you know, I mean, I guess when you're little and you don't really realize, you know, that we're on a reservation, or you know that we don't have the certain things that other people have, because when you're young and you don't realize it.
What are some of the traditions and customs that are celebrated in your family?
In my family is real non-traditional. We actually were brought up Catholic.
Really?
Yes. So I was raised by my grandparents, and they were strong Catholics. But you know, the celebrations still go on today. People still have bundle openings. We have different societies within the reservations that hold different types of ceremonies throughout the summer. We still have sun dances and powwows.
I understand there was just a powwow recently. How does that work? What is it? What is the background of a Blackfeet powwow?
It's just people coming together from different reservations to celebrate, you know, the songs and the dances. It's competition, you know, they do it now for prize money. Back then it was just a gathering, you know, because people were nomadic and, you know, our people we traveled to different places, different reservations. Well, we weren't reservations back then, but to different tribes, just to socialize.
Trade, socialize, hunt.
And in the Blackfeet tribe, what area of the United States was the territory, the original Blackfeet territory? Where would you find Blackfeet in the United States?
Right where
today?
we're at today.
Yeah.
This is where we were originally. We were actually roamed the whole, before it was a state, it'd be Montana now, but you know, we roamed all the way from Yellowstone up to the Canadian border. Past the Canadian border, a lot of Blackfeet still reside in Canada. So now we're down to 1 million acres, but at one time, you know, this was all our land. This was all our roaming land. Like I said, we were nomadic. We had summer camps, winter camps.
Now, you speak excellent English, of course, because you grew up and went to school and various things. Are kids brought up in, I'm a language teacher, I'm a German teacher.
Nice.
Now, are they brought up to learn the Blackfoot language, or I was told also sign language is part of the tradition as well.
Right, sign language is big. It's still used today, and it's pretty universal throughout the Indian country, you know. But at one point, the language was dying out, but now we have Cutsman School, you know, that has brought it back. And so, you know, we have kids that speak fluent language now. Of course, it's been influenced by the English language, so, you know, there's just a few elders that speak the original Blackfeet, which they call the Buffalo tongue.
Yeah.
It was, you know, before it was, you know,
When
contaminated.
when you have your holiday traditions, what are some typical foods that are enjoyed by the Blackfeet?
Traditional foods? Traditional foods, you know, they consist of many things like sweetbread, tripe, manifold, you know, kidney, liver, that type of food are traditional foods. Fried bread, not so traditional, but you know, it's after the commodities came, that's where the fried bread came from.
Absolutely. And just out of curiosity, is that it's been a thrill to come here to Browning and see it firsthand. I really felt that a lot of times people, when they talk about areas, they talk about based on rumor, and I really believe it's only through firsthand experience that you can determine what a place is like and what the people are like. And I've found the people here in Browning on this Blackfoot reservation to be very warm and generous and kind. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to do this video today. A couple other things. The artwork that's in this museum. What distinguishes the artwork of a Blackfoot, or what would be distinguishing types of materials that they would use that you would know that this is authentic?
Okay, Blackfeet, we did the artwork with what we had that was available to us, our natural resources. We used a lot of hides from the animals. Before the beads came, we had quill work from the porcupine quills. And we had colors back then that we would get from, certain rocks and flowers and plants, things like that. So there's traditional colors, and there's different designs that the Blackfeet used that say the crow used. So, if you look at an old piece, you can tell, oh, this was a Blackfeet design because of the mountain designs and such, different colors.
Wonderful, wonderful, and absolutely everything handmade.
Yes,
authentic.
everything,
You
absolutely
could
everything.
unique to itself.
We utilized every piece of, the buffalo that we could, every piece of animal that was available. Nothing went wasted, nothing was wasted.
Now I have a question for you, just out of curiosity. When people viewing our video today think about reservations and things like that, what are some of the great memories that you have growing up in this area? What are some of the childhood memories that you have that you enjoy that's unique to being on a reservation versus growing up perhaps in another part of the country?
Well, I think one of our biggest gifts is that we had Glacier National Park right there in our backyard.
Yes.
Just picnicking and camping in the summer and taking rides through the mountains. And it's still a real big thing right now for people to do. The roads are crowded, but that was one of the things that, that we are thankful for. We have all the natural resources here. We have clean, fresh water. We have all the mountain air and everything that surrounds us.
And environmentalism is very important.
Yes, it is.
Treasuring the earth is an important concept should be for everybody. Should be for
Exactly.
everybody. And my question would be then also on a governmental level, what are some things that the government has done well to support the reservation, and what are some other things that maybe they haven't done well? What could be some things that could be? What could the government do to make the reservation be as strong as it can be?
Well, of course, just the financial backing that we lack. I mean, everybody thinks that we get government assistance and everything we have is free. That's a real misconception.
There's a misconception.
It is. I mean, we have IHS.
What is IHS?
It's Indian Health Service.
Indian Health
That's one
Service.
of the things, that is a real problem here. And, and people say, well, what are you complaining about? It's free. Well, you know what? We only pay with our lives because of the lack of care that we get here.
Because the quality of care is low.
The quality.
It may be
and
free.
The funding, right, that goes into it. It's a real problem here. That's one of the things. I mean, that's just the negative.
I appreciate you sharing that because that's important. I think there's a misconception that everything is free and given to you, but sometimes you get what you pay for.
Right, exactly.
How's education?
Education is actually doing quite well. We have record numbers now of people that are graduating from high school. We have alternative high schools, which is real helpful. And like I said, we have the language school, the Cutswood School, and we have record number of college students now, people who are
That's
going
fantastic.
to college and so coming back home.
What are some of the professions that people get involved with in Browning area? Would this be primarily agricultural, or what would you say?
Oh, that's kind of a hard one. The tribal government itself employs a lot of people here. We have BIA, Bureau of Indian Affairs. They employ
Bureau
a
of
lot of
Indian
people.
Affairs, yes.
Yeah, we have the casino. That's another one. Then the hospitals. Those are the major employees of our town.
Schools as well. And I really do appreciate it, Sola. Thank you so much. I hope that we got a little better idea of reservation life here in Browning, Montana, and I appreciate you guys for viewing. Thank you.